Esper Frog. So I think we're getting really close to the optimal list for this shell. This deck is more of a tempo deck than a control deck since we are running threats. So Psychic Frog and Tamiyo, these two makes us weaker against other control decks since they are still creatures. So essentially we're turning on their removal spells. But the upside is if this gets to stick and do their thing, you basically just win the game. So the main game plan is just to control the board, drown people with card advantage using Tamiyo or Frog, refill with Treasure Cruise and Ransom. Then you can lock a lot of games out by playing Mystic Sanctuary loops. So why do we want to splash white first? If you can recall from the previous videos, we are playing straight blue-black, but white offers Swords to Plowshares, Prismatic Ending, things like that. Prismatic Ending is very good in this format as it can answer things like Rest in Peace, Oko, the Amulet that energy plays, Blood Moon, Swords to Plowshares also answers all creatures that can be played. So that's why we're trying to lean into white now. But we cut the Nethergoyf because the plan for Nethergirth is to have a secondary beatdown plan, but we're playing Swords to Plowshares, which is counterintuitive to that plan. That's why the Goyf isn't included here, and we still have the one of Chthonian Nightmare paired with Bowmasters. The extra copies of Tamiyo could become Psychic Frogs or Bowmasters. We're also running one of Toxic Deluge since there are a lot of Boros energy decks. And this is actually pretty good versus Scam 2. Sometimes they just have a board with a flip Fable, with a Grief or Fury, and you can sometimes just top deck a Toxic Deluge, clear their board for in one go. We're playing Sauron's Ransom, which can fuel the yard for Treasure Cruise. It also fuels the yard for Psychic Frog or Cling to Dust. This is our card advantage card. Since we're leaning into control, we are playing 21 lands since we are a control deck. And we do have to get our land count correct. So in order to cast Swords to Plowshares for turn 1, you have to have at least 14 untapped white sources. And for the black mana base, we also have 14, and one of them is tapped. There's more if you count Lórien Revealed, since all the black mana related stuff usually comes down on turn 2 or later. As for the sideboard, this is currently a work in progress. We have Surgical Extraction, 2 Thoughtseize. We have Double Aether Gust for the Titan matchup. So Surgical Extraction is for the reanimate matchups, or maybe you've seen the Satoru Blood Gust deck, or maybe Phoenix. This poses that deck. Thoughtseize is for the control mirrors, which happens to be a lot now since everyone's trying to beat the energy decks. Aether Gust is just good against Blood Moon decks. It's also kind of good versus the Boros energy decks, especially the mid-range ones where they run Flage. This is more for the Titan matchup, which has Cavern of Souls. The Filigree Silex, this clears tokens. This can also be a slow sweeper. You can run this out on turn 2, threaten to blow up everything that is 1 mana. Turn Scolding, this is pretty good against the control mirrors where they also have Bowmasters or Snapcaster mages. It's also good against the energy decks since you have to counter a Johnny or Bowmasters or the Raptor. Vexing Bauble, this is for the combo decks So against show and tell, you can stop them by landing the bauble. It happens to be that you are tapped out. Disruptor Flute, this is for the Necropotence matchups, the Oko matchups. I'm thinking this card might be good in every matchup, to be honest. The tax is pretty situational, but it could be useful. So for example, if you're up against show and tell, you can just run this out to tax show and tell 3 more unlicensed hers. This is for the control mirrors, which utilize the graveyard same as us, shuts off treasure cruise. Sometimes you may encounter decks with Deathrite Shaman. Toxic Deluge, we have 2 more in the sideboard just because the energy decks are really prevalent in the ladder. Prismatic Ending, just an additional answer, a catch-all answer to any permanent. Except maybe the One Ring, since we only have 3 colors. But the ring gets shut off by Flute. Anyway, let's try to play some games. I guess this hand is keepable since we have double Brainstorm and Tamiyo. If they are on Titan, we just slam Tamiyo, play Brainstorm. Let's play a black land here.
This is an interesting story.
Looks like we are playing Nadu instead. That's pretty annoying.
I hope you don't mind if I take notes.
Let's play the Misty Rainforest here, getting a Hallowed Fountain. Okay. I think this is pretty good.
Use your words.
Hopefully they don't have another Nadu. If they do, we are going to be forced to get a sweeper back. What is this?
You're so disruptive.
I think we just Brainstorm here. Get an island here. Let's get a Watery Grave. Let's plus this.
Violence is not the answer.
The boots is kinda annoying.
Aggression is unbecoming.
Enchantment, whenever land you something. I think that is worthy of a mana drain. Now we can get the Toxic Deluge back.
A good story can refresh the mind.
Play this. For 1 mana. We're going to fetch for Sanctuary here. Let's counter this. Okay, now we can get back a mana drain.
I'm not defenseless.
Let's check what they're drawing. They have another Kami incoming. Let's just draw a ton of cards here. 6. Sure. I'm looking for Frog or Bowmasters here. Okay, let's just get the Lurrus back. Nice. So against a Nadu deck, you probably want Pending. Deluge seems nice here. Maybe either Gust, Stern Scolding. Nightmare is not good here. Cling to Dust, probably not good. Frog and Bowmasters. Bowmasters probably doesn't make the cut here. Think this is the way to approach this deck. Let's try this one. Looks good. I think they play Cavern of Souls, which can be a problem. Raffling is another one. We might be going to a Super Bowl life total here. Okay. That's strange. Let's just get a Hallowed Fountain here. Let's just pay 4. Hopefully nothing too crazy. We can get back a Deluge if we need. That's a problem. Do they have another one? Take two. Hey, Tamiyo.
I've read nearly the entire library.
That's fine. It's not a problem if they don't get to resolve creatures here. Let's ransom. Nice. Opponent is going to play first against a Giganta. Maybe this is a Boros deck, so let's keep. We have decent interaction. I'm going to lead on with the Swords to Plowshares here. Let's take one hit. Amulet. Alright, that's fine. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fetch for Undercity Sewers. That unfortunately we have to surveil that. Now that's just pending the amulet here. Okay, that's fine. Let's play the Polluted Delta here. We might have to ransom here. They are on Mardu.
To the hunt!
Let's brainstorm here. Try to bait out a Bowmasters, but there's none. We're gonna do this. Fetch a Watery Grave. Now we can Toxic Deluge for 2. Let's respond to this by King Swords on this one, so that they don't get the extra energy. We're still in a lot of trouble since they have a lot more stuff going on for them. And their build seems to be resilient to sweepers.
What a beautiful day, brother.
They most likely use this one,
Hunt
so
down the deceivers.
that is pretty nuts from their end. So Ransom is too slow here. Let's bring in a Toxic Deluge. Stern Scolding. Curse probably is good here. He cut some bubbles. He can cut on some mana drain. I think I should cut a frog for an Aether Gust. Let's try this one. Let's play first. This is a fine hand. We're going to lead with a Scalding Tarn. Probably stores their first turn play. Then just run out the frog. Think we should Brainstorm here in response. We want to draw into the frog. Okay, I think this is fine. They get to choose what they can remove. Now I can play out the frog. I think I just let this go if they try to hit it with a galvanic charge. Maybe I should discard swords and prismatic ending. Yep, looks like I let this go then. Let's just search the plowshares. Let's pass the turn. Let's just counter this. Maybe I should get a mana drain. Let's get a mana drain. So that I counter their next play and then get Lurrus. Okay, not worthy of a counter spell.
Nothing is more important than family.
Let's get the Lurrus back. I guess we can play Chthonian Nightmare now. Let's swords to plowshares. The Bowmaster here. Let's try to pending a Johnny here. Or maybe I should just play Psychic Frog. Okay, let's game. He literally had everything. Let's play first. Against a Lurrus deck, this is a good hand. Let's run out the Tamiyo here. Next turn we play the island. This probably fetches a Hallowed Fountain. Probably should take the mana drain. Okay. I think what I should do is play the Bauble out. I'm going to check what I draw here. Cling to Dust. That's pretty good, so that we can flip Tamiyo. This dies, which means I don't want the cling anymore. I think I should brainstorm now. Put these back. Hold up a drown in the Loch. Now we can Undercity Sewers. They're going to Bowmasters. That's fine. Brainstorm. Not good enough. Mana drain is better.
Oh, how am I supposed to focus on only one project?
Just lock the Bowmasters. Let's try to destroy the Bowmasters now. Okay, that's fine. Do I play around another spell pierce? I don't think I do. Let's make a 2. I think I'm fine taking 2 here. Otherwise, I'd be taking, still be taking 1. Mana drain. Now they're way ahead. You could drown 3, 5, 6, then flip Tamiyo. Yeah, I think that's the play. So we drown here. Destroy Lurrus. Flip the Tamiyo. Take 2 next turn.
So folk think before you act. I wanted to trust you.
We got that shadow. It's not.
Violence is not the answer.
I think what I do here is play Lurrus. That got mana drained.
Oh no! I'm late for class!
Maybe do this instead. I'm taking 5. Okay, that's fine.
My research is ruined.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's brainstorm now. Okay. I think mana drain goes on top. Let's get island. Play Bowmasters. Let's go like this. Okay. Against Grixis Shadow, he just wants Scoldings. Scolding, Pending, Curse. It's just good here. Not even sure if Curse is good. Let's got some Baubles. Deluge could go. I think this is good enough. Let's play first. Unkeepable hand. This is better. Let's bottom the other Flooded Strand just in case they try to cheese me with surgical extraction. Let's get Hallowed Fountain here. Play Tamiyo out. They have to answer this.
If you need me, I'll be in the library.
If they fail the check, then we can probably win. Okay, they passed the removal check. Let's see if they can deal with this one. Oh, they can deal with this. Okay. They passed 2 checks in a row. Let's just get the Lurrus back. Let's brainstorm here. Just swords this. Let's put Lurrus and Prismatic Ending on top. Let's do it like this.
I've read nearly the entire library.
This is probably the weakest point of playing Tamiyo Frog in your control deck. You can just play a lot of removal. I think I'm just going to pending the token here. Like this. They're super well equipped to beat a lot of counter spells. Let's ransom here. And they're able to draw back-to-back answers to every thing that I played. So now I just kinda lose this one. Let's block like this. Do we start with Lurrus? Let's start with Treasure Cruise instead. Six. I won't play around the Bowmasters. If they had it, I would probably be dead. Looks like they just had the perfect hand for this. Against a Lurrus deck, let's play first. This is a good hand. We have interaction, a threat, slash interaction, and card advantage. Let's lead with the Scalding Tarn. Let's fetch for white source here. Let's shove this in. I didn't play the fetch since I want this to be a potential Mystic Sanctuary. I think we should just press on with Orcish Bowmasters here. A lot of people are really attacking Stern Scoldings, Spell Snares. I might have to change the main board a bit. The way it is now is that we have a lot of good answers. Do I choose the double Brainstorm pile? Probably not. I can just always Mystic Sanctuary back in Brainstorm. I think most of my problems stem from the fact that people are running Bowmasters, Johnny's, and I still have 1-for-1 removal, which is generally bad against these decks. Let's play these swords here. That gets a counter spell, so we just ransom here. I guess we choose this pile. Let's just swords here. Play our own frog. We just pass here. Let's see. I think we just attack here. Play out the Tamiyo.
Is there
Treasure
another
Cruise
meaning to
now.
this passage?
Let's try to flip this. Okay. Nice. Against their deck. I probably don't want pending. Deluge is too expensive. Maybe the way we sideboard should be changed. Maybe it's better to have, like, let's say, I guess pending is nice against an opposing Tamiyo. You should have Scolding. You have Thought Seals. Cut some of the frogs. Let's cut a Bauble for a hearse. Yeah, I think that's it. The reason why I should cut on frogs is because I'm on the draw. I'm on the draw and this is a sorcery speed threat that dies to Fatal Push or Stern Scolding. Tamiyo, I could respond with a Brainstorm in response. Let's mulligan this. Not the other hand had only one land. And even if I'm on the draw, I had a shock land and a bauble, not even a fetch. Okay, I'm in for that. Let's shock in here. Just in case the top seals. I want to protect the Chthonian Nightmare and Bowmasters. Frog is interesting. Now should we Bowmasters here? I think we Brainstorm first. Look for another land. The Ransom doesn't help here. Also mana drain. Let's thought seize them. That's a nightmare. Let's play this now. Okay. Let's just lock here. Let's try to look for interaction. I have to take a risk here. If this doesn't resolve, I just lose. Okay, that helps. Let's brainstorm here. Another cruise. I don't think we need that. Hmm. Maybe it's just frog. Let's try to Bowmasters then. Hmm. Not sure if we can beat this hand. Let's Tamiyo here. Play Brainstorm.
I'll be in the library.
Yeah, let's this one see. Failed to find interaction. Which means now we're on the play. You can frog. First probably isn't good enough. Let's see. Let's try cutting a ransom. Maybe a scolding for swords. Maybe I should cut a mana drain too. Let's try this one. This is not capable. This is better. Let's see. Guess we bottom the Bowmasters here. Let's start scenes first. Let's see. Let's just remove the thought seeds. Okay. Since they did that, I'm going to do this.
This is an interesting story.
They either frog me here or fatal push. Thought seeds into fatal push is better. Now I think we just get the Lurrus back. Maybe a Lurrus here. Play Tamiyo.
Oh, how am I supposed to focus on only one project?
See if they discard 2 cards here. Now we play this.
No, no! I'm late for class!
And then let's do this on their upkeep. Make them spend mana on their turn instead of ours. But since they are getting Fatal Push, let's do this now. Okay. Now they can only push Tamiyo here. They don't get the revolt trigger. Okay, let's attack. Let's check what they're drawing first. Tutor. Not sure what they can tutor for. Let's discard the Lurrus now. It's probably just drawn in the Loch, right? Or dig through time. Take the Bauble. We're getting on the island. Let's game. Nice. Let's play first. This looks like a great hand. I think since we're coming in blind here and we're on the play, we're just going to run out Tamiyo and double bubble. Just make opponents have removal. So similar to Ragavan, they can lose just by not having removal on turn 1. They're getting priority. Let's play Watery Grave. Play Tamiyo. Play a Mishra's Bauble. Play another one. Let's check the top of their library. Let's write Shaman. Okay. They failed the removal check. Demonic Tutor.
I'd rather avoid a fight. But I'm not so easily defeated. I am not defenseless.
Let's brainstorm now. Bottom the sewers. Let's put the deluge on top. We're not sure if we need the deluge. Okay, there's the demonic shooter. Now I fetch for a tap land here. I guess we go Fountain first. I'm not really looking for anything specific for now.
Think before you act.
Let's just swords to Plowshares here. I don't want them eating at my graveyard since I have Treasure Cruise. Now next turn I'm going to fetch for a tap land. Looking for another land. Looks like they're playing Yawgmoth, so we're not going to play
I am
anything
not
yet.
defenseless. Aggression is unbecoming.
The Bowmasters doesn't do anything here. Since they skip the turn, let's fetch for the sewers. That's another land. I guess we plus this.
Violence is not the answer.
Endurance. A block here. Now we're just going to draw every card. Record. Even. So Yawgmoth seems like a great choice for this meta. Toxic Deluge comes in. Stern Scalding comes in. Prismatic Ending could be handy, especially if they're playing things like Cauldron. We want removal, we want Link to Dust. Do we want Link to Dust? Probably. Frog's probably good. Tamiyo probably is good. Cut down on the Baubles here. I think Ransom is too slow. If I'm bringing in 3 Deluge, Bowmasters become less effective. Cut that down to 2. Chthonian Nightmare. Not really sure. I think I cut this. Going to cut that for unlicensed search, I guess. It stops Dead Right Shaman, it stops Cauldron, stops Undying Wolf. Though maybe it's worse than Bowmasters. This is a fine hand. I think we lead on Tamiyo here.
No! I'm late for class!
They don't really run a lot of removal. 3-6. And I'll take this opportunity to play out a frog. I don't think they have a turn 3 play that's impactful. They can cord for 3. And that's it. Okay, that is fine. Let's ditch the Sanctuary. Let's attack here. Since they don't block, let's charge this. Kind of calling for 2. I'm sure. Five. You need to be on the defensive next turn. It's fast for now. They can block here. They can cord for... Let's see, I should drown this. Hold on. Let's fetch for 8 tap land here. Let's pass. Let's name the colours. Counter this. Let's fetch for Swords to Plowshares here. And since I drew a card, we can flip Tamiyo by exiling 3 cards. We draw another card. This flips.
I will protect this library with my life. Use your words.
We have Mana Drain back up. Nice. And we're back. So, about the deck. I think adding Psychic Frog inside a control shell might be a little bit suspicious since we don't really have any cheap ways to protect this. Unlike if you play Shadow, for example, or any other tempo deck, you'd have spell Pierce or something like Stubborn Denial. So maybe if you want to really utilize the frog, maybe you should stick to blue-black tempo instead, because the first off, the white mana base hurts. Second, removing the white spells makes you more open to running Nethergoyf and Psychic Frog might be enough to turn on Stubborn Denial. This deck has felt pretty strong as a control deck. My guess is if you want to stay as a control deck, you kinda have to either run less frogs for more card advantage, like maybe a dig through time, or maybe you could still play something like this but with spell pierce, spell snare, cards to protect Tamiyo or Psychic Frog. Ransom has felt pretty bad so far. Every time I've seen the card, it's not really doing much other than fueling the yard. But games are so close that you don't really have time to pay 3 mana to get 2 cards. And another thing is that the Boros energy shells are becoming more like a mid-range deck where they are going into Mardu. So they are playing Bowmasters, Chthonian Nightmare. So 1-for-1 removal is still good against them, but they would have some draws where they can just play inherent 2-for-1s stapled onto creatures like Bowmasters or a Johnny, Raptor. Those things feel bad to remove with Swords to Plowshares or Prismatic Ending. And as you've seen in the earlier game, they could play it slow and they can choose to not overcommit to the board. And once we play air sweepers, they just play a Raptor or an Ajani, regain their board presence in one go. So in reality, you have to back this up with a counter spell, which is really hard to do since this is 3 mana and mana drain is 2 blue. So you probably have to have Scolding at that point. As for the sideboard, this is a bit wonky. I'm not really sure if Thoughtseize is better in the tempo mirrors or control mirrors. The information is good, but maybe I just want a spell pierce or spell snare instead. Stern Scolding has been fine. Aether Gust is also fine, but I think it's just hard to fit in since we have creatures taking up slots in the main deck. So maybe a good sideboarding plan should be taking out some of the threats for more answers, making us more of a traditional control deck than a tempo deck. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.